So, past mistakes, I've realized that if you turn the camera vertically, it messes up the whole video, so I have to keep it horizontal. Figure we will walk this little path. I don't know what it looks like, but I want to talk about pride. Hello everyone. How's it going? My goodness. It's bright, it's windy, it's cool. So pride is, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. It's something people struggle with. So in Proverbs 6, God says there are 6 things that God hates, 7 that are detestable to God. Okay? Pride is one of them. Now, it's not specified which one he hates and which one is detestable to him. But if I were to wager, I would definitely say that pride is detestable to God. Okay? I have my thoughts and my reasons for it. But why am I talking about pride? Well, it seems I'm running into pride more recently than usual with people. So, it says in Corinthians, I think it's chapter 2, 1 Corinthians chapter 2. It says, if you think you are wise, you ought to become a fool in order that you may become wise. So I believe what this means is, if you think you know, you probably don't know. And the reality is, you can never stop growing and learning and maturing. No matter how much knowledge or wisdom you have, you can always gain more. And if you compare your wisdom and knowledge that God has given you to the wisdom and knowledge that God has, the reality is you know nothing. So if I sought to be wise for the rest of my life, and I asked God for wisdom and all this other stuff, by the time I die, I would probably know 0.1% out of 100 of what God knows. And the thing is, we always have to go to God in prayer to get answers, because He knows everything. We know some things. There's still so many things I do not know. Do I have understanding? Yes, I do. Can I help people? Yes. Am I called to be a teacher by Yahweh Himself? Yes, I am. Do I know it all? Absolutely not. And it's, I'll tell you guys a little secret. Oh, this looks a little dangerous. Hang on a sec. Okay. I'll tell you guys a little secret here. Parkour! Tell you something about me you don't know. If I don't know something, it drives me crazy. I must know certain things. Certain things I don't see a point in trying to understand or figure out. Let me give you one example. I'm going to be careful with my words because I don't want this video to be monetized, but you know that C thing that started about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and then people went crazy and started doing all kinds of silly stuff, like, the first thing they do once they find out there is a worldwide pandemic is they run towards toilet paper and not food and water. Okay? Now, I understand when you're afraid, you panic and you don't think straight, but that's just ridiculous. Right? I don't understand. Do I need to understand this? No. Interestingly enough, though, I think I'm going to stay here, you guys. It's decent enough here. Interestingly enough, though, King Solomon says, I have become a fool. I have done foolish things. So I may understand foolish things. I believe this is in Ecclesiastes. And don't get me wrong, I've done many stupid things in my past. Okay? But thankfully, I have the understanding that we make a mistake, we learn, we grow, we mature, and we try not to make the same mistake twice. I believe one of the greatest mistakes one can make is making the same mistake over and over again, right? Which apparently is borderline pushing insanity. So these are all just thoughts I have, but pride, you guys, is super dangerous. It can sneak up very quietly, very slowly, and start working its way in. And I believe humility is incredibly important. I believe we should be humble, and Scripture talks about this all the time. Hold everyone in the highest regard, even above your own self. Right? Humble yourself before the Lord, and He will lift you up. I believe that's James 4:10. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Constantly talking about staying humble, being humble, humility, live at peace with one another, listen to people. I just spoke about this, though, about listen to God first and then people. Please listen to that. It's very important. But always go back to King Solomon when it comes to, because the opposite of pride is humility, right? Now, if we go back to King Solomon about this kind of stuff, King Solomon says fools despise wisdom, correction, instruction, all this stuff, right? So we ought to listen to people, everybody, I think, and take it to prayer. Like, if somebody tells me, I'll give you guys a few examples here. Let's say somebody says to me, you're a hypocrite. Some negative, some that's considered speaking death and not life or my identity. I will actually go and take that to prayer and be like, God, am I a hypocrite? Is it true? And I will examine my heart. I will talk to God, all this stuff, right? And I will come up with a conclusion whether I am or am not. But I think it's very important that we are slow to speak and quick to listen to people, right? Now, again, just to repeat what I said in the other video, I believe we ought to take it to God first and then go to people for confirmation. But if somebody says anything at all, I will try to think about it, take it in consideration, all that stuff, right? So with all that said, you guys, just please be careful when it comes to pride. If you think you know it all, or you think you know more than a bunch of people, all this other, don't check yourself. Check your heart. It's very important. Okay? Trying to think if there's anything else here. I think that's about it. Yeah, you guys let me know if you have any thoughts. Comment below. Say something. People are so quiet. It says like there's 40 views or 200-300 views on one video, and yet I got like no comments sometimes. And I'm like, well, no, say some stuff, you guys. I want to see what you have to say. Is this helpful? Does this convict your heart in a good way? All this stuff, right? 1, 2, 3 ducks. So I'm trying to zoom in so you guys have something to look at here. Phone cameras, man. That's okay. So overall, it's not too bad. So anyhow, you guys, I will leave it at that. I hope everyone's doing well. And I will upload another video again sometime. I have a feeling it's going to snow again soon, so I may or may not go to the Rockies depending on gas and all that stuff.